Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another video post of Confessions of an Agent. I am your host, Larry Kimbrough, and today, as promised, we will be discussing things to know about as a business owner. One of the first topics we are going to discuss, and I will not go into detail as much as I will on my educational webinars and seminars and presentations that we'll have throughout the community. Hopefully some of those will be video. Hopefully some of those we'll have the chance to take video and be able to post those up. I'm not sure in some of those settings if people feel comfortable, but the ones I am able to actually video and post, I surely will. But again, so today's topics: using tools to automate or outsource administrative duties. Why would I want to do that as a business owner? Well, I do believe that as a business owner, you want to make sure that your day is utilized as efficiently as possible. And just as we will talk about capacity, knowing each role each person has in the office and how effective each role intertwines with each other to make sure that the team is a cohesive system, or you have processes in place. Excuse me. We want to utilize things. So using software to your advantage, like QuickBooks. QuickBooks, a lot of people don't like QuickBooks just due to the fact that they have an accountant and they don't want to deal with anything at all. But I challenge you as a business owner to just actually take a look at what QuickBooks can do for you, how much control that you actually have. I think it's just a matter of, if you're already doing payroll and you're submitting it to a payroll service, it's essentially doing that same process, except you're just doing one more step. You're actually printing out the paper for the checks, or you're doing direct deposit. Here in my office, we utilize direct deposit, so it's just me making sure that I have the funds available at the time that we do the payroll. But again, you just gotta utilize things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for here in my office, I do utilize an accountant. So, and it's because I like to control things and I like to kind of monitor what people are actually doing. So I'll reconcile my accounts, and my accountant will reconcile my accounts, and I'll do my complete payroll. Of course, my accountant completes the taxes. I do my quarterly reports, quarterly earnings, workers' comp, general liability. I'll pay all that myself. Again, because I don't want to end up in a situation where I'm like TLC, bankrupt, or R. Kelly. I don't have any control over any of my money. I don't want to be the first time going to the bank 20, 30 years into a career. Okay, we're talking about business owners. Sorry, digress. If you're in a situation where you have a business that needs to make a lot of outbound calls, to make appointments, utilizing calendars, the software again. So for me, setting appointments is very important, and making sure that I have someone that actually can confirm those appointments on top of my staff is kind of like a double-edged sword. It's actually cheaper for me to use this one company, EngageX, versus having my one of my team members go ahead and set those appointments. I utilize her to do that as well, but we get so many phone calls that the whirlwind of things may prevent that from happening on a consistent basis. So I utilize a staff member and an outside source to actually control my appointment settings, and that has worked for me thus far. Again, outsourcing administrative duties either via the office or software. You want to figure out a process and a system that you can use as a business owner to make your day, your office run more proficient, or your business to be more proficient. That's all I got on the first topic as far as using tools to automate or outsource administrative duties. Hopefully that gives you some ideas to kind of fester in your mind. Like, what can I do? What kind of process can I have in my business to make sure that it flows a little easier for me? What can you delegate? Think about the things that you can delegate. You may not want to use QuickBooks. You may say, hey, I want to give everything as far as the accounting to my accountant. you might find that easier for yourself. You might want to utilize, like me, a system of using an accountant and using QuickBooks. You may want to use a outbound call source center that makes your appointments for you. I also utilize, not in my agency, because that's not what we do. I utilize a phone calling service that will, for my marketing stuff, that will send out outbound voicemail messages. Have you ever thought about when you had your phone and you see just a voicemail message there and like the phone didn't ring? That's the particular type of service I'm talking about right there for my marketing efforts. When I have events, I send out that mass blast and it goes to your voicemail and it lets you know, hey, I'm going to have an event, X, Y, or Z. And thinking of events, we will have an event coming up here in April. And the theme of that event is, are you sure you're protecting your biggest assets? Are you sure you're protecting your biggest assets? It'll be a presentation and open discussion. That's kind of how it'll be designed. But that'll be the first educational seminar that we have, or educational session we will have here in the office for this quarter. I will post some information about that. So that will be limited seating. So RSVP either via the State Farm app, my website, get a hold of me, text, email, call the office, 708-991-2737. But are you sure you're protecting your biggest asset? And maybe a major question is, what do you consider your major asset? Two big questions. Are you protecting your biggest asset? And what do you consider your biggest asset? I bet you after this presentation, you will reconsider what you believe. Again, I am here to make you rethink insurance and financial services with a partner in mind. Till next time, any comments, reviews? Confessions of a Neighbor.